suddenly, Sean's View Entertainment is back with the uncut, uncensored, unglued Sean's View Entertainment with the Raw Review. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the number one undisputed source for all your WWE needs, including news, rumors, headlines, previews, predictions, commentaries, the whole damn 9 yards. Let's kick off this Monday Night Raw. And before I get into what I thought about this Monday Night Raw, what a remarkable decision. What a historic decision made by Vince McMahon. Roman Reigns is going to defend the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in the Royal Rumble match. That has only happened one other time, and it's going to happen again for Roman Reigns. So let's talk about what happened during the night. Stephanie McMahon came down. She came down that ring with a purpose. She came down that ramp like she was going to do something. She came down that ramp like she was going to orchestrate some kind of plan. But before she could even step foot inside the ring, Stephanie McMahon gets cut off. She gets interrupted by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes down to the ring and sticks it to the McMahons again. How many more times is Roman Reigns going to get the best of the McMahons before Roman Reigns ends up getting his ass handed to him, before Roman Reigns has the error of his ways catch up to him, before Roman Reigns is in way over his head? By this time, Stone Cold Steve Austin would have already been triple teamed, double teamed, castrated, orchestrated. All these different things would have happened already. But ladies and gentlemen, what happened here was Roman Reigns said, you know what, if I lose this, if you fire me, this is my family. The WWE title, it's what I got. It's what I believe in. It's what I live, breathe, sleep, eat. This is what I have. This is everything I got. And Stephanie McMahon said, no, I'm not going to fire you, Roman. I'm not going to fire you. No. Instead, I'm going to put your life through misery. I am going to work your body to the bone. I am going to make sure that your body breaks down long before it has to. So Roman Reigns isn't going to get fired, he isn't going to get fined, he isn't going to get suspended, but his body is going to go through the ringer if Stephanie McMahon has anything to say or do about the entire situation. Up next, in a nothing match, and I hope this leads to something, because to me, this was nothing. I think you could have done something with it. Titus O'Neil versus Stardust. Now listen, I'm not taking anything away from the wrestling ability and capacity of Titus O'Neil. I love Stardust character, but this has to lead to Cody Rhodes returning to WWE. And by the way, the more likes, the more times you share this video, the more comments, the more times Sean's View will do the Raw review. I say if we can get to over 5,000 views, the Raw review will continue. If you share this on Twitter and Facebook, tell your friends, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, tell everyone you know, the Raw review returns each and every week. And also Sean's View and Books Raw, where I book Raw and I give you my thoughts and my opinions before Raw goes on the air. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into it, we actually had 8 matches, a few backstage segments, and a big Chris Jericho return. Up next, Titus O'Neil gets the win over Stardust. Kevin Owens defeats Neville early in the night. Kevin Owens defeats Neville. It was a pretty good match. It wasn't a 30-second affair. I know some of you might think, oh, Kevin Owens, you forgot Kevin Owens. No, I didn't forget about Kevin Owens. I'm not going to forget about a damn thing on the show, because we had the Job Squad 2.0 return tonight. But we had a backstage segment with Charlotte and Becky Lynch. And now Charlotte and Becky Lynch, there's a rift. There's some animosity, some bad blood brewing. But we're led to believe that they're still friends. Like there's still something going on. Like there's something still brewing right there. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. Now, originally Charlotte's like, did you ask for this match? I already beat you. Well, Becky Lynch said, I didn't see things that way. I want things to be fair. I want to be right down the middle. So that's what happened here. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. Ends up with Becky Lynch getting the surprise victory. And, after the match, you think there was going to be a handshake? You think there was going to be a hug? You think there was going to be love? No, when it's over a title, it's all about war. And a war it was, because after Becky Lynch defeated Charlotte, it was Becky Lynch who got attacked, who got ambushed, who got hurt, who got assaulted after this match. And any friendship that was there is probably now mute. It's probably now gone. There's probably nothing left to that entire relationship, because now with Ric Flair in Charlotte's back pocket, who knows where Charlotte is going to go? Up next, Ryback versus The Big Show. And what a major development in this match as the Wyatt family attacked not only Ryback, but went after The Big Show. And I'm sure all the people that want to see The Big Show retire, that want to see him off your screens, that want to see him go bye-bye, that want to see him know that he's irrelevant, knowing that he shouldn't even be on Monday Night Raw, he should be regulated to jobber status, main event, Sunday Night Heat velocity. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryback versus The Big Show was nothing of a match until the Wyatt family came down and destroyed both Ryback and The Big Show. And we saw a showdown that was pretty cool between The Big Show and Braun Strowman. But before they really could get at it and have a big match, the big match got taken down by the Wyatt family. So the Wyatt family, and this is what I liked about this built towards the Royal Rumble, this whole gang mentality, this whole, 3-on-1, 4-on-1 attack, this assault mentality where if we work together, if we are a cohesive unit, united we stand, divided we fall, we conquer, no one is going to be able to offset us at the Royal Rumble. So this did build around the Royal Rumble, and there were a few instances tonight where Raw did build around the Royal Rumble, and that's where I give WWE the effort there. Up next, it was the Usos versus Del Rio and Rusev. This was a solid match. Del Rio and Rusev come out with the victory. The Usos and Kalisto came on later on in the night. Up next, and remember I reported right here exclusively on Sean's View Entertainment that the WWE didn't have any major plans for Dolph Ziggler. They're kind of putting him on the back burner. There wasn't going to be nothing exciting happen for him. Well, that was quite evident when I reported that, because what happened on Monday Night Raw tonight? Are you going to say I'm wrong all the time? I understand I'm not right all the time, but there are some instances where I hit the nail on the head, and this is one where I did, because Heath Slater, along with the jobber duos, with Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, and Adam Rose, defeated a former world champion in Dolph Ziggler. Now, I'm not going to rip it. I'm not going to trash it. I'm not going to rant on it. I'm not going to bury the fact that Heath Slater is on our screens, because you know what? Now they're getting out an opportunity. Now they're getting a chance. I guarantee everyone else here is going to say, oh, this is horrible. This is boring. This is repetitive. This shouldn't have been done. We already went down this road with jobber status and jobber people and all this other stuff. But I'm looking at it as an opportunity. I'm looking at it, maybe the WWE is going to make something about this. I thought these guys were just going to get jobbed out. I thought Dolph Ziggler was going to make each and every one of them look like a bunch of retards, a bunch of jackasses, a bunch of peons, a bunch of morons. But no, that was not the way it was, because it was Heath Slater who defeated Dolph Ziggler, albeit a little bit of help, but he still got the job done. So my thought on this, I'm going to see the process. I'm going to see how it goes, and we're going to see the transitions. Up next, Chris Jericho, the Ayatollah of Rock and Roller, the Monday Night Delight, returned and interrupted the New Day. Chris Jericho even admitted ratings are down, attendance is down, so you need somebody to up the ante. You need somebody to make a rise in the product, and that man is Chris Jericho, the savior. It ain't Y2K, it's Y2J. So it was nice. It was great. It was awesome. Anytime you get Chris Jericho on your TV screen, you know it's going to be gold. So I tip my hat off to the WWE for Chris Jericho returning on Monday Night Raw. Chris Jericho announced that he will be in the Royal Rumble match, which will be for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, Roman Reigns versus Sheamus for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Well, that's later on tonight. I just kind of swerved you there. I swerved you, all right? The New Day versus the Dudleys and Kalisto. How many more times are we going to see the Dudleys lose? How many more times are we going to see the New Day versus the Dudley Boys before we get it that the Dudleys do not match up? They're not a credible threat anymore, except for wanting to put the New Day through a table. Now, we get to the main event. We get to the main course. We get to the main dish. We get to the meat and the potatoes of the show. Remember to like this video, subscribe, and share this video. The more shares, the more likes, the more comments, the more views, the more I'll do Raw reviews. Roman Reigns versus Sheamus, and we all know it was collusion, it was illusion, it was screw jobs, it was detours, it was exits, it was all the things that we thought it was going to be. Vince McMahon with the slow count, Vince McMahon with something in his eye, Vince McMahon not knowing how to count, Vince McMahon getting distracted, referees coming out, referees getting knocked down, Stephanie McMahon coming out, crooked referees coming out. All this, and Roman Reigns still became and won and challenged and defeated the WWE, still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Can you imagine that? Can you believe that? And once again, Roman Reigns has got one over the McMahons. How many more weeks is this going to happen before this all catches up to Roman Reigns? Something catches up to everybody all the time. This may be where it is, because, ladies and gentlemen, it has been learned that for the second time in history, it hasn't happened since the early 90s, Roman Reigns is going to defend the WWE World Heavyweight Championship under the most unforeseen circumstances, under the most horrific, horrendous, unpredictable circumstance of all time. Roman Reigns will defend the WWE World title in the Royal Rumble match. He's not just going to be in a match. He's going to be in the match of the night, the main event, the main course, the main attraction. Wait a minute. I just noticed that John Cena wasn't on the show tonight. Where was John Cena? John Cena nowhere to be found, nowhere to be heard. I don't know what the hell happened to John Cena. He returns last week. He's nowhere to be found this week. I don't know what's happening. But ladies and gentlemen, Roman Reigns was able to Superman punch Vince McMahon during this match. He took out the crooked referee Scott Armstrong. He even took out Stephanie McMahon to a degree by using Vince McMahon and Roman Reigns looking strong, lasting long, better than the Energizer Bunny, better than Super Cena at this point. He's superseding everything that's happened is Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is finding a way to maneuver his way. But you know what? As long as this is going on with Roman Reigns overcoming the odds, you got to look at it like this. How many times, how many months, how many weeks did Roman Reigns lose or come out just short? Or how many times did he receive the shaft? So it's all coming full circle for Roman Reigns. Things are looking up for Roman Reigns. But in a historic decision, Roman Reigns defends the WWE World title, which I reported. Remember, here on Sean Entertainment, I talk about rumors, news, headlines, gossip, and speculation. It could happen, it may happen, it won't happen, it will happen. It definitely could happen. I said that Roman Reigns was going to defend the WWE World Championship in the Royal Rumble, and that's exactly what's going to happen. A lot of people didn't believe me. A lot of people didn't want to see it my way. A lot of people thought I was lying. A lot of people thought I was pulling the wool over the eyes. A lot of people thought I was BS, and a lot of people thought I was manipulating. A lot of people thought I was castrating, but I was doing none of those things. Sean's Entertainment has to say this. When I talk about rumors, news, and headlines, you got to remember that it is card subject to change. It is card subject to change, and that's what happens in the WWE. It's always changing. It's always evolving. It's always getting involved. So this Monday Night Raw, we're going to go back to grade school. We're going to go back to high school. We're going to go back to middle school. We're going to go back to junior school. We're going to go back to, instead of a number rating, I'll stick with the pay-per-views, a number rating. But for Monday Night Raw, I'm going to give it a grade. I'm going to go from A to D. Okay, we're going to make things very simple. We're going to make things very logical. We're going to make things very sympathetical. We're going to make things very synthetic. We're going to make things very organic. We're going to make things very special. We're going to make things very easy, very calm, very ordinary, very extraordinary, very scheduled. Monday Night Raw tonight could have been a better Raw. Could have been a better Raw. The WWE could have done a little bit better of a job. And remember when Ambrose drove his elbow through Kevin Owens through the announce position? You thought I missed that. You thought I missed that. Say if you would have paid attention and stayed with the whole video and watched and heard with your ears, your eyes, your mouth, your beard, you would have known that I talk about Kevin Owens being driven through the table by Dean Ambrose. Thought it was a good segment, thought it was great, thought it was grand, thought it got over. That's how you book the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose, putting it all on the line. So, to grade and rate this Monday Night Raw, I'm going to give it a B-. I'm going to give it a B- because there was some logic. There was some strategy. There was some development. The Royal Rumble got built up a little bit. We now know Roman Reigns will defend the title. And I think that the WWE Raw this week was better than last week. I don't know if the ratings will signify that. I know a lot of people were expecting a bigger, better Raw, seeing that it was the first Raw of 2016. Could have things been done a little bit better? Yes, but I'm not going to come on here and nitpick and pick apart every single segment and every single thing and put it under a microscope. Monday Night Raw, in my opinion, gets a B-. It was B-, and it was worth a watch. If you didn't watch Monday Night Raw, I would say go back, and it's worth a watch. Certain segments, certain parts, certain developments. There definitely could have been some adjustments made, but once again, I'm not going to rip everything to shreds. It was a good Monday Night Raw. And I think we're going to see more developments. I think we're going to see more storylines. I think we're going to see more elements. I think we're going to see it all come together. The concoction is starting. Your comments, your opinions. So I give Raw a B-, and I stand by that. Your comments, your opinions, subscribe. And remember, share this video, like this video, and leave your feedback if you want more Raw reviews. If we get to over 5,000 views, this will stand, and I will stay doing this as long as you do me and I'll do you. Subscribe.